Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Lenny, your host, and in today's video we'll embark on a new endeavor on this channel, and that will be interviews. It's an exciting opportunity for us to interact with diverse individuals from diverse backgrounds such as tech and finance. Before I start this episode, let me introduce you to today's guest. He's a close friend of mine and always seems to have something he's doing. He also has a unique perspective on life, which we'll talk about in this episode. I have the privilege of sitting down with Andrew, and I can't wait to uncover the fascinating insights he has to offer, mostly based on technology. So without further ado, let's get started. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
So give us a little bit of insight on what you're currently doing or what you've been doing in the last 6 months or so.
I've been mainly focusing on improving my skills and also improving myself. Currently, I'm not employed, or should I say, I'm not actively working somewhere, but I'm mostly concentrating on improving my skill set. Yeah.
Improving your skill set in
In the tech industry, mostly on the software side, because I'm a backend developer by profession. So I usually mainly tend to start learning new technologies and also improve the skills that I already have.
Yeah. So you mostly code in PHP and Laravel.
Yeah.
So what kind of projects can you accomplish using this stack?
Actually, a wide range of projects, because also mobile apps, since Laravel and PHP are backend technologies. So with that being said, we can just build like a shell, or we can build like a skeleton where we can just pass data.
Oh yeah. How long have you been coding using and why did you choose PHP first of all? Why PHP?
Long story short, it actually started when I did my first line of code. I started this journey at 2019, where we were being taught web development at Zalego in JQuat.
Yeah.
So we were being taught a variety of languages: Python, Kotlin, Java, some bit of Java, but mostly Kotlin, PHP. So there is where I started to use PHP. Now from PHP, I learned that there are things called frameworks, which will simplify how we build apps and make interesting or make amazing innovations.
Yeah.
So from there is where I decided to look up what are frameworks, which PHP frameworks can I use, and surprisingly, I found myself applying for a job where the interview I was given a Laravel project. So yeah, from there that's where it all basically started.
So you started learning PHP back in 2019?
Yeah.
How long before you were proficient, like to call yourself a PHP and Laravel developer, for you to proudly say I'm a backend developer?
I think I'd say like about 2 years, like about two and a half years, if I could say that I'm really comfortable with PHP and that I'm a Laravel developer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would you say you mostly built this experience working on projects, like real world projects? For example, he has a startup called Quaco. For those who might not know, he has a startup called Quaco that works on housing. So would you say that these skills came about from you actually building projects, or like just random 1-2 things you found on the internet?
I think it's a bit of both, but mostly focusing on building projects, because personally I find it much easier to learn through building projects. Through building stuff, that's the fastest way to learn.
Yeah, that's true. So how's Quaco doing by the
Things are a bit slow. Yeah, things are a bit slow, but looking at how the climate, the political climate, the economic climate in our country, yeah, it's been a bit slow, but we are picking up the pace, because we are planning on something else, like a strategic pivoting. So yeah, I believe it will be okay, but currently we are still moving on steadily. Our first version, which is currently online, is stable enough, and it has accumulated a lot of users, more than 1,500 users, and growing. So yeah, we're still expanding and we're still learning, because startups are all about learning and learning.
It's true. Yeah. So yeah, They have more than 1,500 users on their startup. I'll leave the link in the description, so in case you need a house anywhere in Rongai, Karen, Vet, Ngong, umefika wapi sasa?
Yeah, mostly those places Langata, but we haven't stretched to Thika Road and other outskirts of Nairobi, not yet.
Yeah, so if you need a house anywhere in this region, go to kwako.com. So apart from being a startup co-founder that is, you're also a former GDSC lead, or are you still like a bado sijashikanisha? You like you umetoka shule, si ndio? So you're done with being a GDSC lead, but you still have some responsibilities here and there.
Yeah. I actually, should I say, like I'm a GDSC alumni.
Oh, yeah, alumni, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know why people prefer using the word ex-GDSC, but alumni is much better. I actually, my tenure ended this month, earlier this month. The experience as a GDSC leader was quite amazing. It actually helped me grow a lot. I learned a lot of skills, soft skills, communication skills, leadership, team management. So having completed school and having left the GDSC, I still have a variety of stuff or tasks related, obligations, especially towards helping people grow in tech, mentoring people, and showing people ways on which they can navigate themselves in this tech industry.
Explain to the viewers exactly how you came about being a GDSC, like what are the perks of it? Let's start from the basic. How did you become a GDSC lead?
Actually, the GDSC program was launched in our school, I think in 2019 actually. 2019. So that's when I first joined the chapter. And then I joined the chapter as a member, then later became a core team member. So being part of the club allowed me to realize that there's more to programs, there's more to software in the perspective of communities. There's also the part of like tech communities. So having been in the club for another year, the next year I became the GDSC co-lead, where I helped the main lead plan activities. However, that year things weren't quite stable at school, having in mind the pandemic. So I then decided that I think I have a knack for leadership and I have a passion for helping people grow. So let me try out the GDSC program, being the GDSC lead. So then I applied. I went through a series of interviews, like about 3. We should have like 3 interviews. Surprisingly, I passed and I was selected as a GDSC lead for my campus. From there, I started organizing events, workshops, study groups within the school, both virtual and physical, whereby we would convene at, let's say, using a Google Meet or meet at school in the school lab, computer lab, and conduct like a MongoDB session, like such sessions, so that people could get to know that, and also get to acquire new skills. Yeah.
So are there any qualifications to be a GDSC lead, or is it just mostly based on leadership and wanting to mentor people?
Yeah, the GDSC lead, being a GDSC lead is mainly based on that, but you also need to have like a solid foundation of technologies, because you can't also you have to lead, like as the title said, you have to lead by example. So you also need to be like have a solid foundation of tech concepts, and also you'll also be learning also.
That's true.
It's not that you're already an expert at that level, but even if you are, the leadership personality will make you all, if I say, you will be always learning.
That's true. So apart from being the GDSC lead, what other aspirations do you have in the Google community? What else do you want to achieve as a member of the Google community?
Having left the GDSC, I am now eligible to join a Google developer group, which is also another community within the Google developer ecosystem. So yes, that's currently my plan. First, to venture myself deeply into the GDG groups in Kenya, especially GDG Nairobi. And then afterwards, I plan on becoming a GD in the long term. Yeah.
GD.
A GD is a Google Developer Expert. This is a person who's deemed to have expert knowledge on a specific Google technology.
Yeah, so when you get to this point now, you actually have to be an expert now. So
Yeah. So actually, even the title itself says so. Yeah, you'll have to be like very proficient, like in that technology that you'll be an expert in.
Okay, so what perks come with being a high-ranking member in the GDG?
It starts with the GDSC. Like being a GDSC leader, one will be able to access a wide variety of resources from the league platform, support from the community managers, the chance to attend special events in which Google sponsors, like abroad events. Like for instance, I recently was invited to Amsterdam for the Google I/O connector. Yeah, so like that's one of the benefits of being a GDSC lead. And afterwards, they usually have like an alumni program for now the alumni whom may still want to be part of the GDSC,
Oh,
but
so
now
like,
as a completed.
So once you join your in, there's no going back.
There is going back. You can decide to opt out after you're done with your tenure. So.
Oh yeah, but like it's more like lifelong education here.
Yeah.
It's not like the typical school system where you're in and then you're out.
No.
So that's actually quite nice.
No.
As someone who's been coding for the past 4 years now, a GDS lead and a co-founder for a startup, do you think it's necessary for people to go to school and do IT, computer science, or BBIT to be regarded as IT professionals out in the world? Or could people study these concepts themselves? Like, what's your take on this?
That's a very broad question. However, to answer it correctly, yes, you do need to go to school, and you also don't need to go to school. By going to school, I mean going to campus. You also, like, let's say you're studying, you want to be a software engineer, so you want to study IT or computer science. Those two degrees or those two courses will allow you to gain a lot of knowledge concerning the IT industry.
True, yeah.
Like, there are things you won't be taught in a coding school that will be taught in the computer science degree.
Yeah, like the things you run away from when you study coding.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah, so like such stuff, yes, you do need them if you plan on being like a software engineer. But however, speaking on the specific side where you don't need school, like you don't have to go to campus and learn all those other attached maybe units, all those extra units.
Yeah, that's true.
So you just go to that specific institution where they usually just teach software engineering to learn those coding languages. So from there, yes, you'll be a software engineer, but now it'll be more specific to like just software as itself, like just the code.
So if you were taken back 4 years now, if you were taken back 2019, knowing everything you know now, would you make the decision to go to school, or would you decide to learn by yourself, knowing everything you know now? That is it.
I still said go back to school. Yeah, because people usually underestimate the power in learning or the power in numbers. Yes, because learning as a group, it brings out the community feeling. And when you learn as a community, it's even more fun to learn. Yeah, because yes, learning by yourself is also okay, but with time it will be monotonous. So
true. What tips do you have for aspiring tech enthusiasts, or what tips do you have for such people?
I think one is to know what you really want. Two is to ask for assistance and help, so that there'll definitely be challenges, because what will be life without challenges, and it will definitely bring out the essence in like life, because in life you need to have like a purpose. So personally, or on an individual level, you also need to have like a purpose in your career. So you'll also need to know that and enjoy the process.
Yeah.
Ah.
So it's mostly like a self journey when it comes to tech, in a way.
Yes.
It is, eh? Yeah, I'd actually agree. That's quite true, actually. Don't follow the crowd when it comes to following your tech passion. Like, be passionate about what you're doing, stay committed, and follow the path you've chosen, yeah? How do you stay motivated? New framework coming out, there's always something new with tech. This ChatGPT that just came out, some people are scared. How do you stay motivated? How do you push yourself to work on a daily basis?
What mostly pushes me is passion. My passion for, like, you definitely have a life goal. Like you say that I want to drive like this expensive car by this age, or in 10 years I want to be like in this corner office or with this certain big title. But you'll have to use that wisely. You'll have to use that ambition to fuel yourself. Yeah. Plus, as I usually say, like there'll always be new stuff, but how you use those new stuff, or how you take in or adapt towards the new changes or the changes itself is what defines you.
Yeah, it's actually true. You can have this fear. You can have this fear that companies will start taking people who only understand this new framework or this new language or this new piece of technology, and you'll be left out of the industry. Yeah? But I believe that the same people in the industry, the same people who are learning these skills, are the same guys who will move on to the next generation of developers. It's all about ambition with coding, to be honest. It's not as easy as you may think.
Yeah, like for like case in Seattle, like if we look at it like we will be replaced, or there's this upcoming technology. Take the case of carpenters. Like carpenters that have never lost their jobs because of tech or new advancements. They usually learn to use those new technologies, so they won't lose their value in the market. So if you as a software engineer or like as a programmer in the tech industry, just learn to assimilate these new technologies. Okay, so that wraps up the interview with Andrew. I hope you got something of value from this video. If you did, kindly leave a comment down below what else you'd like to see. I'll leave his details in the description. His the website, Kwako, his Instagram, and his LinkedIn and all that, so that you can contact him if you have anything you want to discuss with him. Yeah, so if you like to watch content like this, drop a comment, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and I'll see you in the next video.